pools. Yeah. I think first in his pool, actually. So
I know he made it out winner's side, yeah.
His low-tier city run wasn't that bad. Tech that 100, I think he also made it out of his pools.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't be
hard to
surprised
remember,
if he made it out of pools.
because of his outer region results, it made him get ahead of Captain Birdman.
Yeah, traveling a lot's always beneficial. And they're more heavily weighted in the system.
Exactly.
All right, starting off here, Battlefield. I think giving a tri-platform stage to Tink in any situation is pretty bad. It's not a terrible stage for great fade back there for Game & Watch by any means, but Icy's just kind of have a rough go of it.
Yeah, and I think so. Fox Toon Link is a pretty difficult team to start managing because a lot of the times, because Toon Link isn't committing that often, not really being able to help Fox as much.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I want to note is because me and Apathy play this team quite often at UNT, and because Toon Link is doing his own thing and making sure to bomb camp, if Fox does get himself in a pickle and Toon Link already invested on positioning while holding bomb, it gets really, really hard just trying to
actually
save.
getting in there.
Yeah, getting in there, getting past, and using that passive playstyle. Yeah,
Woo!
and we see it right there
Yeah.
because Bananas is holding Lunchables off. It allows Dakpo just to be like, okay, Justin, here you are. You're dead at, what, 30?
Yeah, 30,
because
40, 50. You are Fox.
Exactly.
You are mid-tier.
So that's, like I said, one of the rougher parts, because if Toon Link wants to play passive and not start going highly aggressive like we see from that Apathy-esque Toon Link back in the day, it starts to become a big problem. That's one of the reasons why DVD and Envy's team, somewhat ambiguous on how they play.
They're one of the better national teams, honestly.
They definitely are. They had a great run at Low Tier City, but you had the survivability of Ike from dying off the side because he is a heavy character.
Yeah.
And DVD was very good at making sure that he could play passive, but also aggressive at the same time, because DVD starting off on Toon Link was very hard to middle.
Yeah, he was definitely like an aggro tank for a hot minute there. Yeah, Arsenal's just kind of exploded there, and we're not really sure what happened.
Yeah, but still a very big possibility on the comeback like we're seeing right there. They just have to change the 1v1 situations that they've been throwing themselves into before.
Yeah, it's just difficult because you can't like leave Ice Climbers alone because they'll just burst move it back in. And then you can't leave Game & Watch alone because they'll just start baking.
Yeah. He'll start that bacon wall. He'll go in with a Dacus depending on how much you punish your opponent.
A little bit of a shot of the eye there. I'll take it.
Yeah.
That hard hit does wall it pretty well, though. All right, and they're running it back.
Very interesting.
Are we running it back?
Is it? I think it's hold the pause. Oh, no? Maybe just controller? So, yeah, that's...
no,
that was Dark Bananas winning.
Boonanas.
Yeah. Boonanas?
Boonanas. It's the third day of Halloween, my man.
Oh, it is.
Spooky Baker Hot.
I know people on Twitter like Coney saying, let me go into my Twitter Halloween costume and doing, I think it's Iggy, one of Bowser's children.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, is now his Twitter avatar. But, so...
I was hoping for Iggy from JoJo's.
Oh.
That's what I wanted. A mother flippin' JoJo's reference, my guy.
But wouldn't be surprised if they were to change. I didn't look at the character select screen when going at it, but it wouldn't.
I don't think they did.
It wouldn't surprise me if they stayed or changed. I think there has to be a big change in game plan, and they're finding the rhythm as the mid to late game of that first game was going on.
Yeah, Dakpo and Bananas wouldn't have banned Dreamland Delfinos if it wasn't Tink. So we're probably going to see that here. We're just getting some good debating going on, seeing what they want.
Yeah.
There we go.
Going straight to PS2.
Interesting pick on their part. Not sure why they'd opt out of tri-platform, but that is... They know more than I do, I'll be frank.
I don't know.
Maybe they don't want the low ceiling just to confirm skills onto Ice Climbers a little bit quicker with up smash.
It's more straightforward and neutral for characters like Fox, less implementation of platforms in certain regards. It's not so close to the ledge. But, I mean, also working out for Dakota and Bananas' favor because, I mean, this is just a fairly neutral stage besides the fact that both characters are floating.
Yeah, and there's not much to run to, in all honesty.
So I feel like this is definitely going to weigh a lot more on Arsenal's and how he plays throughout this doubles team.
Yeah, he's been having a rough go of it so far.
But still covering each other's backs. Charging that down smash, not the best plan for Lunchables, but... Yeah.
Patiently holding shield, but Bananas just sniffing out that weight.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just very strong, fundamentally sound players as Dakpo and Bananas versus, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Arsenal's getting kind of stuck in like wanting to 1v1 really hard, and he's not playing particularly well in terms of like more zoning. Because he's always been able to be the aggressor.
That was great.
Like playing with like Dusty and playing with Lunchables now, but when you get stuffed out as the aggressor, what's your backup?
Yeah.
You know, you have to be able to shift over to that zoning style and be able to like start making them come to you, which he just hasn't been able to do.
Ooh, on the verge of death, but Arsenal's playing it somewhat. Careful. Yeah, that anti-air catching that full hop up platform, or up B from Dakota.
Yeah.
Doing very well, just immediately converting the Nair later on.
Yeah, this is really rough, honestly.
Yeah,
it's like, Lunchman's been able to hold on to this stock really, really well, and he's stock taking as Toon Link as best as he can, which is impressive in its own right, but he hasn't been able to like get much going because he's kind of had to babysit Arsenals.
Wow.
Yep.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Just dying so early.
Yeah, I mean, here we see it again. Just forcing Arsenals into 2v1. He's got 5 stocks that he's got to get up, but...
Yeah, slight mishap on communication, but I feel like Bananas just was more confident in this punish game rather than the 2v1 situation being put in
it's rocket
effect. Yeah. It was very smart from Dakpo just to immediately charge up smash, just to cover an option, like DI away from platform, but still forwards, but having those option covers.
Oh, that's right, we're doing 2 out of 3. Yeah. We recently, we were testing out doing grand finals as 3 out of 5, but then we decided to eke it back to 2 out of 3, just for time constraint issues. We want to make sure that we're able to get everything going for the night.
More consistent results. Now, are we going to do that for only doubles?
Only doubles.
Yeah, only doubles.
We are still rocking 3 out of 5 for all finals for singles. Thank God.
All right, yeah, and we're seeing that character switch.
I think that this is something more familiar for Arsenals as well. It's like you see him already, and he's able to just... He doesn't have to be person in front.
Yeah.
Like him being backline is, I think, where he finds his best strengths, and he's able to work the hardest.
And it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of times where, like we were saying earlier, that Toon Link wouldn't be able to cover certain options. But having a very aggressive Roy on your team, one that knows positioning more than probably Toon Link, where you just have to invest less, a lot more straightforward.
Yeah. Very risky roll in there, and he's split off. I think if we watch this, we'll kind of see the signature of this match be if Arsenals gets forced off to one side and Lunchman has to work his way back through to him, he's going to have a really rough time. But as soon as Lunchman's able to be the wall and he's able to hold it down, it's going to be all right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Good angle, but even then.
Yeah, it was very tricky. I don't think anyone was actually expecting the Firefox forward.
Straight away.
Oh, yeah, and Dakpo accidentally comboing Bananas, putting him in a pretty awkward situation. Just trying to cover Bananas still.
Oh!
Yeah, great shine. Wow. And Lunchables definitely feeding Dakpo into that up air. I don't know if that was super intentional or not, but...
I mean, whatever works, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I hit both of them with an up air, sick. I mean,
I did it. Wow. All right, and Bananas is getting, he's getting rocked right now. He's having a really rough time of getting.
He died at like what, 60?
That is Roy forward smash at the hill.
Incredibly.
As a floaty. All right, yeah, Arsenal's shield just getting very dilapidated, having to bugger on out of that situation.
Yeah. And
oh, shield break on Nana. And she buffers air dodge and dies, leaving Banana with just Sopo here.
yeah, and that's not the situation you want to be, especially for Bananas and Dakota, because if somehow Dakota just loses the stock, Banana's definitely not going to be put into that double Ice Climber situation that you actually want for the character.
The thing they're trying to do is, you see Sopo in the front line, they want to just get him out of the way if they can. If they don't lose anything, I'm sure that's great, but they want to just see about making it to where they can actually deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, there goes the stock. Oh no! All right, he tried to get that that forward, but they did manage to somehow actually do it.
Yeah, tried to save, but
yeah.
And I feel like it's just working out a lot better for Arsenal's and Lunchables, as we see, because Arsenal's definitely playing with a lot of sword boys in doubles. Like we saw the consistent doubles partner being Dusty at both Smash and Splash 3. I don't know if it was at Balthi's Palace. Yeah, and that's all just due to Nana's DIN.
Yeah. Kid's a savage.
But having aggressive Sword Boy, limiting that space, very, very good, especially if you're going to play Fox just to cover all of those openings like we saw before.
Yeah, I think having a character that can more aggressively zone definitely fits Arsenal's playstyle a lot. Dakpo and Bananas holding it down pretty well, but it's just hard when you're getting comboed to death.
And one thing that I want to note is that Lunchables' pressure as like Roy and Marth, it's one of the most difficult walls to get past with the sword characters. It's not like Jags or even Dusty, because you still get past it if they're trying to like limit your space into the corner. So it's very smart for him to go forward, as Arsenal's is probably just going to make more mistakes in the future trying to be in that forward position.
Yeah. We'll see him if he can ever become a frontline Fox, but right now he's definitely a very solid backline Fox.
Yeah.
And Banana's losing that first stock pretty quickly.
And it was probably just Nana jumping back on stage, just trying to get too far away from Popo on that up B, but I definitely could be wrong.
Yeah. Dakpo haven't even just abandoned him, and they were able to just start putting work in on him. That was a great tech, but he didn't tech in, is the issue there.
Yeah.
That's why he slid off still.
Yeah, just that coverage of options. Just trying to get Lunchables off stage, but working out for Zach.
Yeah, he's looking like Max's philosophy on killing people in this game. Involves a monster and swear words.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can swear still. Can we? Is that a thing?
Nah, I
try not to.
I probably wouldn't.
On PM? Yeah, monster fucking.
Yeah.
Just a straight monster fucking.
Yeah,
him.
so what's so funny about Umbreon when he describes Punish Game, and I still have that problem, but he would always say, like, Nick, you just need to hate fuck him.
And I was like, give it to him.
I was like, come on. That, like,
no,
is there, like, specifics? And he was like, no, just hate fuck
just
him.
hate fuck him.
I was like, okay, that's...
Once described to me as 10 minutes of Ike.
Yeah. He's like, it just makes sense. Just hate fuck him. And I was
just give it to him, man. Just give it to him.
Oh.
No, Max is a poet in vulgarity as his chosen medium.
Did you see that he put his Umbreon on Pokemon Go on Trump Tower?
I did.
Yeah,
like,
so
really,
he's in New York right now through his travels, and he went to Trump Tower on Pokemon Go and then put like his personal like best Umbreon, like 100 IB on Trump Tower.
Jesus Christ.
And then he took a screenshot, put it on Facebook, and he's like, I won.
4 stocks by the end of that. And he had 5 kills and 626 damage.
And it was good. So I can understand why they didn't change on Toon Link on the first set of Grand Finals. Very good just to learn the playstyle, learn the matchup, see how the team evolves as it goes on.
I think they recognized they were having the same problem that we talked about on the mic.
Yeah. I feel like it was a very straightforward with the advice that we gave.
That was gnarly.
So, all right, well, that's going to be your winners for doubles.
Yeah, we have singles now.
Yeah, did you enter?
I did enter.